I was standing at the backyard fence watching the Herman twins, A, play with their dog, and B, water their flowers. It was early in the morning, the only time of day it was tolerable for me to go outside in July in Georgia, since I was approximately as big as a rhinoceros. "Are you past your due date, Ro?" Peggy called, as she tossed a ball for Chaka for at least the 20th time. I sighed. Yes, 3 days. I'd put on my new cerise-framed glasses to cheer myself up. During my whole pregnancy, I hadn't cared which pair I wore, because I'd been so absorbed in my changing body. I'd pretty much gotten over that by now. Lena turned the hose off and came over. I had learned to identify them by their hair. Lena parted hers on the right. Both the sisters were in great shape. They took turns walking the dog and they played tennis. Peggy and Lena were very self-sufficient in the household repair department, too. I found them admirable and daunting. "I was early with my twins," Lena said. 3 weeks, but they were fine. "Where do they live now?" I knew they weren't local. "Cindy lives in Maine and Mindy is in Spartanburg." "Peggy has a son, right?" I thought I'd met him once. "Kevin. He's in Atlanta, but he's a doctor and a dad, so he doesn't have much spare time." I nodded. It seemed like all I had now was time, but I could imagine being busy. Instead of waiting, and waiting, for the baby who would not arrive. I watched Peggy give Chaka a series of commands, all of which Chaka obeyed promptly. "What kind of dog is he?" I said. It was clearly something. I'd never seen a dog like him. "Rhodesian Ridgeback," Lena smiled. "We got him from a rescue group. We couldn't have spent the money to buy a puppy, but he'd been..." Suddenly, I felt a gush of warmth. "Oh my God," I thought, embarrassed beyond belief. "I can't control my bladder. This is the rock bottom." "Well," Lena said calmly, her gaze following my own horrified stare. "This is the end of your wait, I think. Your water just broke."